So I chose this problem mostly because it's going to be a lot of fun to integrate. So we need to integrate this function over the interval from 0 to pi over 2, and then divide by the length of the interval, 1 over pi over 2. So the average is going to be 1 over the length of the interval, and then we integrate from 0 to pi over 2, sine of 2x multiplied with cosine squared so this is going to be inverted, becomes 2 over pi, and then we need to somehow integrate a sine of 2x with the cosine squared of x. Well, in order to do that, we either need both of these to be 2x or both of these to be x. I think I prefer to change this one, and so get an identity for sine of 2x, which is 2 times sine of x times cosine of x. And the 2 we can factor out, so we've now got 4 over pi. And then there's a sine of x, and there's cosine cubed. Which is a perfect candidate for u substitution. So inside this cube function, there is the cosine function. So let u equal cosine of x. The derivative of that is negative sine of x. This doesn't have a negative sign, so we just need to move that over to the other side. And then this has sine of x dx, and this has sine of x dx, so it's perfectly set up for the u substitution. So I would write it as 4 over pi, and then integrate and leave off the 0 on pi over 2 because I'm going to switch over to the u system for a moment, and these are for x's. So you've got cosine to the third, so that's going to be u to the third, and then replacing the sine of x and the dx is just a negative. The negative can go out here, du. So we've got negative 4 over pi, and then this is u to the 4 over 4, and the 4's are going to cancel, so we get negative, and then the denominator there's pi, and then replace u, so we've got cosine to the 4th. Evaluated from 0 to pi over 2. So we could even factor out the 1 over pi and then just evaluate cosine at pi over 2. Minus cosine at 0. Well, cosine of 0 is 1, and cosine of pi over 2 is 0, so this is gone, and this is just a 1. So if that's just a 1, then finally this is going to be a negative times negative, and the answer is just 1 over pi. A little bit smaller than a third.